John, do you think, I was just talking to Butch about this, sometimes in these bowl games, a lot of emotion seems to be going on. You see some really dumb penalties and stuff like that. How do you deal with your players? Because you want your guys on defense to be aggressive.
Sure.
How do you find that happy medium?
Well, that's the case all year. You know, we want to make sure that we play a disciplined style of football, but yet we want to be aggressive. We want to be physical. But there's a fine line each and every week you take the field, and you just got to make sure that you got your emotions in check as a player. I think it's a reflection of your leadership on your team and the maturity level of your team. We haven't had any issues this year, and I don't anticipate having any in the bowl game.
I noticed with Brandon Sheriff, their offensive tackle, just watching video of him. I don't think
What'd you think? You like him? He's pretty good, isn't he?
I see why he might be drafted.
Yeah.
So, what struck me about him though was how he prolonged a play. He's relentless in his approach.
Mm-hmm.
Did he stick out to you in that regard?
Oh,
you see
absolutely.
these guys all the time because he never stops blocking.
Right. Yeah. No. He. The first thing that jumped out at me is how athletic he is and how quick his feet are. How he can get out and pull on the perimeter and get onto a safety or a linebacker who's probably more athletic and just continue to block him, like you said, throughout the entire play. And he plays with a relentless physical attitude. You can tell that those guys up front are all well coached, and that's the strength of their offense is their offensive line.
John, when you look at, you said at the last open date how much this defense needed to break because of the grind.
Mm-hmm.
When you get them back here after a few days off, how much did this defense need some time off in December to kind of get their legs back, get their speed and their physicality back?
Yeah, our lack of depth throughout the season and the volume of reps that the starters had to take, we certainly needed a little bit of a breather. Once we completed that last ball game, I think they've bounced back. I think they've done a good job of taking care of their bodies, and they had a good practice yesterday, and we just got to wrap it up here in the last couple opportunities to get ready for this bowl game.
Brent talks about the grind. Do you take really this month to kind of just get back to the fundamentals and just realize, that first down defense is just as important as that third down defense, if not even more important?
Absolutely. You take the time to go back and reteach some of the things that you don't get a chance to focus on when you're in a short week and prepping for a game. So that's been valuable. We've gotten a lot of reps with some of our younger players that, typically don't get those reps. And, I think just the time off for them to heal and, you get those thumbs, those fingers that are jammed, those shoulders that are aching, knees, all those things to get some time to heal up and rehab is huge.
John, I guess Kenny and Jancek were both from this area. I guess how's it been for them coming back and obviously while they're trying to compete and see who's
they've competed well. They've pushed each other. They're both in there doing the best that they can, and I know they're excited to be back in their home city and play in front of probably some friends and family.
Would you anticipate playing both of them, do you think, on Friday, or how do you go with the linebackers?
No, they'll both play, and it'll just be a matter of how many plays in a row the offense is able to generate. Those things will come into play during the game as to how we sub.
John, is it any harder to get a read on a team during build up to a bowl?
Yeah, well, the thing is you have so many plays. You have more time, you have more game film that you're able to study, and so you're able to look at a lot of things. We just try and focus on the things that are going to be problematic for us, things that hurt us during the season, get those things corrected, as they might formulate some ideas with what other people try to do.
That D-line is very quiet over there.
Did you face any teams this year that were similar to Iowa's run game?
Yeah, Georgia, it was a two-back run game. Vanderbilt with some of the 12 personnel is very similar. Those two teams primarily, Alabama was not as much 12 as they had been in the past, but I would say Georgia and Vanderbilt were probably the most similar.
Derek Barnett said that
Let's go, Vereen. You're like your roommate.
That he wasn't sure whether he'd play defensive end or tight end. Was there any battle for him to play offensive defense?
No, there was never a battle. I mean, there would have been some fist fights in the staff room. Okay, if that would ever came up. No, that's new to me. I know Derek was a great athlete. He probably could play tight end, but I'm certainly not giving him up.
Talk a little bit about the year that he had too.
Derek had a fantastic year. I think the thing that really showed is his improvement throughout the year. He came in and certainly we liked him as a player. We had no idea he was going to turn out the way he did, and that's to Derek's credit. He's a very mature young man. He's intelligent. He picks up things well, and I think his level of consistency and the improvement that he showed throughout the course of the season was really most impressive.
John, what do you think? So you see some of these bowls this year where one team has just come out incredibly flat. Oklahoma seemed to be an example of that. Do you have any idea why teams sometimes do that in bowl games?
No, it's I'm sure each team is probably a little bit different. The leadership of the team is different. Maybe they thought they should have been at a different bowl. Those are all things that come into play. But I really don't. I just worry about us, to be honest with you. Thank you.